In the last part of the video, we established that the interquartile range is a fantastic measure for data because it takes the crazy values you sometimes get at the end of a very normal set of information and lops them off, leaving you with something that's quite consistent. So, let's use our cumulative frequency curve and do the same thing. Now in this data set, there are 44 pieces of information. So, where do we find the median time taken? Remember, to find the median, we want half of the data. So we use the cumulative frequency, which comes up to 44, and half of 44 is 22. So we find where 22 is, and then we convert that across and down until we found our estimate for the median. So it's the 20-second value, which in this case appears to be 13 minutes. Now, that's where the middle is. Now let's find the interquartile range. So this was the upper quartile. Take away the lower quartile. Now, if you remember from our previous part, the lower quartile was 1/4 of the data. The upper quartile was 3/4 of the data in. So 1/4 would be the 11th piece of data, and the upper quartile would be the 33rd. So, let's find those now. 11th, dotting across to show how I've read it off. Always important to evidence your work. And 33, the same. So, 11th looks like it's coming here at about 11. And 33rd has come down here at 14. So our interquartile range is 3 minutes. So to recap, we found the median by going halfway up the cumulative frequency, across to the curve, then down, and read off the time. To find the interquartile range, we found the upper and lower quartiles, which are 3/4 and 1/4 in. And then did it, because it's a range, you subtract, and we found the answer was 3. Hopefully that's so far so good. It's well worth practicing a few of these to make sure you're up to speed. Okay? Now, here's another typical question you may get. What percentage took longer than 20 minutes? So there's 2 steps to this. There's longer than 20 minutes, and then there's finding the percentage. So how do you think we're going to do this? Well, 20 minutes we can find. and 20 minutes comes across at 40. Now, reread the question carefully. What percentage took longer than 20 minutes? So longer than 20 minutes are these ones over here, which means they're the ones up here. So they're the ones above that line. So it's not the 40 up to here, but it's the 4 that are remaining. Okay, but that's not the answer to the question. The question was, what percentage took longer than 20 minutes? Well, that's 4 out of how many? 4 out of 44. So, 4 divided by 44 as a decimal is 0.9090909. Now I'm going to call that 9.1% to 1 decimal place. So there's my 9%. The 9 here rounds the 0 up to a 1. 9.1%. There are a whole host of questions like this you can be asked, like what percentage took between 2 times, where you'd find 2 different values and find out what's in between. I think now you need to practice this before I introduce you to a cumulative frequency curve's good friend.